Hey guys, Mark here. Today I have a very exciting knife to show you. This is a very limited run knife. It was never released to the public. That's how limited this knife here is. This is a 2002 Case full-size Cheetah in an experimental teal bone. And I have the original paperwork and box with this knife. Just give you a quick look at it before we get into it. Such a beauty. Let me just show you this paperwork that I have with it. Case quality test run knife. I am going to include a photo of this whole paper, and you guys can go ahead and just read it to yourselves if you would like. I'll go ahead and put that photo right here, right now. Now, there's some pretty cool stuff. It's signed by a few associates, including the president at the time. There was only 420 made. Manufacturing date was January 2002. You can see here it says teal bone. Like I said, I'm going to let you guys read this to yourselves, but I will point out a couple things that I noticed that are very cool. It says right here, this is not a standard production knife. The knife that accompanies this document is a first run production knife. Very few are made, and we will never make another one just like it. The handle material chosen for this quality test run will never again be used with this pattern. The vast majority of these knives will be presented to Case associates. The few remaining knives will be presented as gifts to special friends of W.R. Case & Sons Cutlery Company. No quality test run knife will ever be sold by Case to the general public. As a recipient of this knife, you have contributed in one way or another to the success of this new pattern. Please accept our thanks and judge all Case Cheetah knives according to these criteria. I also brought out a Cheetah Cub 2026 vault pattern for a couple little comparisons between this guy and it. Look how centered this blade is. Such a beautiful knife. I think this is like a standard jig maybe. This is like what you'd have on the rough white synthetic, and they call it on that a standard jig. Let's hear this blade open again. Wow, that's crazy. Let's hear it close again. Check the walk and talk. I am pretty happy with this knife. One thing I did notice, this is my only full-size Cheetah, so I can only compare it to my Cheetah Cubs, but I did notice that they actually buffed the swing guards on this. You can tell because it looks pulled on, for lack of a better term. You can see the little rivet, or I'm sorry, you can see the little divot there. That's a dead giveaway that these were buffed, which they do not do on these new ones. They just go through the bowls just like the blades do, but unlike the blades, these do not get buffed. But as you can see here, because of that, you can tell it was buffed. Okay, so I found a couple better examples here. If you look closely at that nail mark right there, perfect. It's right in focus. Right at the tip of it, you can see the nail mark almost looks misshapen, and it looks like it starts to try to continue on. I found another example here. Right there, that's a great example of it. You can see how it kind of looks pulled on. That's an indication that this blade has been buffed, obviously. It's a mirror polished blade. And that's what all my yapping is to say, is that that's one of the first things I noticed, is these were buffed. Anyway, guys, I just thought that was pretty cool. Nice little comparison between how they used to do it and how they do it now. I really, really do love this knife a lot. I'm very happy to have it. Very exclusive. There are more in this series, for lack of a better term, in this pilot test run. Nowadays, when they do test runs, they will just release them to the general public mostly. They'll just laser or put on the blade pilot test run now. I don't think they do these exclusive... I don't think they do the quality test runs anymore. I think they are the same thing, really, but now they're to the general public or whatever. Like they did in the 2021, 2022-ish with the 1095 carbon steel when case switched to CS instead of CV. They did some test runs with a trapper. For example, I'll put a photo of that up right now. Anyway, guys, that's about all the yapping I have for you today. Thank you so much for joining me and listening to me just carry on about how cool this knife is and how grateful I am to have it. Stay tuned because, like I said, there are more in this series, and I will be getting more of these, so please stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.